TNA has made a groundbreaking announcement, one that is really shocking. We're going to talk about that. Plus, a WWE tag team has been switched to Babyface internally. And got to talk about some very interesting news surrounding Peacock deleting WWE content. Let's talk about it right here on The Ango Show. Welcome back to the Ango Show. We're going to kick things off with the War Raiders. That's right. The WWE has officially shifted the War Raiders, Eric and Ivar, to the Babyface status. Now, this was listed internally, and this is really, really interesting to me for a variety of reasons. We just saw the New Day, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods turn heel. The Judgment Day are heel. There's so many heel tag teams in the WWE, and the tag team division is still struggling with booking. WWE, they're even talking about it on television. Adam Pearce literally said that Finn Balor doesn't even defend the tag team title belts. So it's not like WWE doesn't understand the problem. They understand the problem, and they need a top babyface tag team on Raw to really shake things up, especially now that Kofi and Xavier are heel. I think this is fantastic news. I'm a very, very big fan of Eric and Ivar, and I was extremely happy with Ivar as a singles competitor. Now they're back. It's time for WWE to shift their focus towards tag team wrestling. You got Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee as baby faces. They got to do something, man. They got to stack up this tag team division. They have plenty of tag teams, and for some reason, it just doesn't get done. And it's unfortunate. But I think these guys will go over as baby faces. I think, WWE has this problem with Eric and Ivar. They have been given so many start and stop pushes as a tag team. And I feel like WWE in a way kind of fumbled their credibility in a way. Vince McMahon obviously changed the name a million times. The Viking Experience, the Viking Raiders, this and that. They are the War Raiders. And there's a reason why I put a picture of them from ROH. I want people to be reminded of how great this tag team actually is. And, WWE obviously needed to make a shift in this tag team division. Now, with that being said, I do want to point out a couple things just really quickly. Penta and Rey Fenix should go to Raw when the time comes. And I think they should also be built up as baby faces. So in the meantime, let the War Raiders have that spot. When Penta and Fenix come into WWE Raw, I think that's when they take the top spot as baby faces in the top of the tag team division. But for now, keep building these guys up as a babyface tag team, and let's get those tag titles off the Judgment Day because it is hurting the Raw tag team division. Okay, Peacock, getting rid of episodes of Raw. This is really strange, but according to the show listings on Peacock, its entire library of WWE Raw episodes spanning from the show's inception of 1993 all the way to now, 2024, will be removed from the streaming service at the end of December. And this is obviously a very interesting story because we don't really know how WWE and Netflix will pan out. We don't know if Netflix will basically include all of those archived episodes or just select episodes. The big question mark is what's going to happen to this complete Raw library. Obviously, with WWE, if you're watching Raw on Netflix, I'm assuming it's just going to be listed on demand right away. So if you didn't watch the show live, like immediately after the show, you'll have the episodes there. Now, if you guys use Netflix as a streaming service, you know that typically all the shows are broken down in between seasons, X amount of episodes per season, and you can go back. Is that what they're establishing here for WWE Raw? Or do they have a whole different play call that they're making? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. And that's where things get really confusing. I actually am afraid a little bit of this deal with Netflix. There's things that I like about it, but also at the same time too, the fact, I understand the big criticism from wrestling fans. And if you guys are somebody who thinks like this, just understand I validate your opinion. I truly believe it makes sense. But this idea that you got to have so many different services to watch WWE is just absolutely insane. And, to have a streaming service like Netflix, and then if you want to go back and watch old Raw episodes, you got to go to Netflix. But if you want to watch old SmackDown episodes and old pay-per-views and old ECW, then you got to watch Peacock. I like the idea of everything being uniform, everything being consolidated into one platform. That is going to be a big issue, in my opinion, for a lot of fans. I think people already have Netflix will enjoy WWE. I think if you know, at least in America, if you have Peacock and Netflix, that's going to cost you over $20. You know, it's kind of annoying. I don't like the way cable has gone these last few years. I don't like the way the streaming industry has gone. I just want everything consolidated into one. And obviously, that is not going to happen for a couple of years until WWE either ends Peacock contract and they finish that out and they just do everything on Netflix. I don't know. But I have a very strong feeling that this is going to lead to certain episodes not being included on Netflix, which I think truly is problematic. I really do think that's problematic. I think I just miss the old WWE Network. I think that was the best streaming app of all time. They never increased their price throughout the entire time that they had it. It was just really cool. And there's just so much uncertainty. If Peacock wants to increase their price, they can. Same thing with Netflix. It's just really annoying. Okay, guys, we got to talk about this massive news for TNA. This is absolutely exciting stuff because I would have never guessed in a million years that TNA would get to the point where this is going to happen. But TNA was basically running a poll, like a survey, for fans to talk about whether they would come to New York or Los Angeles. TNA just released the breaking news. TNA is bringing pay-per-view events to both Los Angeles and New York in 2025. But this is where things get really insane, and I'm not exaggerating. TNA Rebellion is coming to the Galen Center in LA on April 27th. Now, I did a little bit of research. The Galen Center looks pretty damn big. It's a pretty damn big venue. But what I was not prepared for was the second part of the announcement, where they announced that TNA Slammiversary is coming to the UBS Arena in New York on July 20th. They also announced that TNA Sacrifice is coming to El Paso and TNA Impact TV is coming to St. Joseph, Missouri, both of them being in March. Okay, reverse, rewind. UBS Arena, ladies and gentlemen, is no joke. It is no joke whatsoever. This is honestly one of the craziest things because this arena seats over 17,000 people for NHL games. It could seat upwards to 19,000 plus for concerts and other events. This is a very, very massive deal. TNA is announcing larger venues at a time where AEW is literally downsizing to 1,000, 2,000 seats at most. This is a very aggressive goal. I do not know if TNA could sell out 19,000 tickets. I don't even know if TNA is going to try to sell out 17,000, 18,000, 19,000 tickets. We don't know how they're going to try to do this. But I could genuinely say I am super thrilled by this news because I've wanted to see TNA go into bigger arenas. I want to see them make this change. But also, I have to point this out because as excited as I am for TNA Slammiversary in New York at UBS Arena, this is a place we've seen WWE and AEW go there. I just genuinely want to say this. I wish them the best of luck. I hope it works out for them. This is a very crazy announcement. But what's even better is the fact that if TNA improves their production quality at this arena, we are going to see one of the best TNA pay-per-views of all time, and that makes me incredibly thrilled.